Good evening, Charger family. This is Mrs. Boyd, and welcome to Mrs. Boyd's Math Room. Today, we're discussing the distributive property and all its glory. We'll use it so much, so important to know it and know it well. So let's get started. When we use the distributive property, the idea is we're multiplying something in front of parentheses by something in parentheses. So when we do, we can't just multiply one or the other of these pieces in the parentheses. We have to multiply everything. So we multiply A times B to get AB. The sign is going to stay the same because when we multiply a positive times a positive, we get another positive. These are all sign dependent, by the way. These are very important to remember. Let's do some practice here. We've got -5 times 5x. That's -25x. And then -5 times +7. -5 times +7 is -35. Let's do another. We've got 4 times 2x. That's 8x. And then next, 4 times 3y. That's positive 12y. And last but not least, 4 times 10 is positive 40. Try the next two on your own. Come back and check your work with me. All right, we take 4 times 2x and we get 8x. And then 4 times 6 is positive 24. Same thing. Try the last one on your own. Watch the signs. Excuse me. We got -3 times x is -3x. -3 times positive y is -3y, because a negative times a positive is a negative. And last, -3 times +5, that's -15. All right, just multiplying the things outside and inside. Let's write a little expression here. A family of 3 buys 2 oranges, x, and 5 apples, y. We want to write an expression to represent this. Well, we know that each person in the family buys 2 oranges, which are represented by x, and 5 apples, which are represented by y. So that is 2 oranges x and 5 apples y. Now we want to say, how do we account for this 3 out in front? Well, we're going to do that 3 times. So we've got 3 times 2x is 6x. And then 3 times 5y is plus 15y. So the whole family together buys 6 apples, or 6 oranges and 15 apples. All right. So that's pretty much the general idea of everything that we're doing today. We're going to look at some other signs, though, and see if that makes us any more confusing for us. So now we've got A out in front again times B minus C. So we have to just continue to distribute. We get the same kind of product. We just have to be wary of our signs. So let's do this first one. 6 times 5x, and that's 30. That is not a 3. Holy moly. Let's fix that real quick. All right, try again. 30x, and then 6 times -7 is -42. It's really important to remember that the sign in front of the number sticks with that sign forever. So this is not 5x minus 7. This is 5x and -7. Okay? Let's keep it going here. -2 times 2x is -4x. -2 times -3y. Well, negative times negative is positive 6y in this case. And lastly, -2 times -10 is positive 20. Signs are so important. Okay, the next two are the same idea. You're on your own for those. All right, here we go. 4 times 2x is 8x. And then 4 times -6 is -24. Positive times negative is negative. Last one, -3 times positive x is -3x. -3 times -y. If it helps, you can put a 1 in front of that y and realize that you're multiplying -3 times -1, which gives you +3y. Lastly, -3 times -15, that's plus, or -5 is +15. Gave it all away. Let's write out an expression that represents what we've got in this next problem. At a lemonade stand, 5 cups are sold at $1.25 each, but each cup costs 50 cents to make. So let's look at making 1 cup. We know that whoever's making these cups, little Sally at her lemonade stand, sells them for $1.25. But each cup, supplies, the cup, ice, mom's tablecloth, costs 50 cents. So that takes 50 cents out of her revenue. And she sells 5 cups. That means we're going to take that and multiply it by 5. So let's do exactly that. 5 times $1.25 is, yeah, that's right, $6.25. And 5 times 50 cents is -2.50. We do all of this adding and subtracting, and we get little Sally makes $3.75 per cup. Or no, that's not right. I'm so sorry. $3.75 total for all 5 cups. Whew, that was a close one. All right, last part that we're going to look at is when we're doing the same operations, but whatever we're distributing is in the back instead of in the front. It is absolutely no different. We're going to take x and multiply it by y and get xy, and x and multiply it by z and get xz. The important part here to remember is that every symbol goes with the number that is next to it. The symbol goes with the number behind it. So we'll take 3 times 5x and get 15x. And then 3 times -7 and get -21. And that's all for that one. 7 times 2x is 14x. 7 times +3y is +21y. And 7 times -10 is -70. Next two are all you. Pause it here and try it out. All right, we've got 4 times 2x, that's 8x. And then 4 times +6 is +24. Last but not least, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -y is -3y. 3 times -5 is -15. That's all we can do. Last word problem here. At a party, each person takes 2 slices of pizza, P, and 3 pieces of candy. Let's give that another color. C. So each person takes 2P plus 3C. There are 10 people. That means we're going to multiply this by 10 to see how much each person or the whole party has eaten. If we want to make it more like the ones that we've just did, though, we would put the 10 on the back. All right, here we go. 10 times 2P is 20P. And 10 times 3c is plus 30c. It's our final expression that shows how much the whole party ate while they were there. All right, let's flip your paper over. We're going to use the distributive property in kind of the reverse here. Instead of using your calculator to multiply 7 times 82, we're going to use the distributive property to make it a little bit easier to multiply. So let's imagine that we could rewrite 82. We're going to leave 7 how it is. And instead of 82, we're going to write 80 plus 2. That's the same thing as 82, right? We're just kind of working backwards here. Now, if we multiply 7 times 80 is 560. And then 7 times 2 is plus 14. Now we've multiplied it all out. We just have to combine like terms. 560 plus 14 is 574. And there you just multiplied 7 times 82, and you didn't need a calculator. Let's try another one up here, and then you're going to have the last one on your own. We got 4 times 53. Well, let's split up 53 into 50 plus 3. Now we can use the distributive property. 4 times 50 is 200. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times 53 is 212. Last one's for you. All right, let's keep 8 how it is, and we're going to split 120 up into 120. Now we can multiply. 8 times 100 is 800. And 8 times 20 is 160. So 800 plus 160 is 960. All right, now let's move on to the bottom row here, and they are just a smidge different. Instead of adding them like we did on the top row, now we're going to subtract. Now we're going to say, instead of 79, how about I have 7 times 80 minus 1? Because 80 minus 1 is also 79. Don't get me wrong, you can use 70 plus 9 and multiply it that way and add. This is just a different thought. So we have 80 minus 1 is the same as 79. Now we can multiply. 7 times 80 is 560. And 7 times negative 1 is minus 7. So 560 minus 7 is 553. Do the same thing for 47. Let's change that to 4 times 50 minus 3. Again, you could make it 40 plus 7. That's fine. This is just another way to think about it. 4 times 50 is 200. And then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. We subtract those, and we get 4 times 47 is really 188. Last one's for you. Do whichever way feels best for you. Ready, set, go. All right, well, I'm going to do 8 times 1,000 minus 10. Doesn't matter what you got, what you tried, we should get the same answer. 8 times 1,000 is 8,000. And 8 times negative 10 is negative 80. So 8 times 990 is going to be 7,920. All right, it's just a different way to think about the distributive property. It's really useful when you need to do some calculations in your head. You don't have a calculator you can get to easily. All right, last little bit here. I'm going to do some word problems. We're going to use what we know about writing equations and expressions and the distributive property all at the same time. 6 times the sum. Well, you remember that means we're taking 6 times something in parentheses with a plus in the middle. 6 times the sum of x and y. And then that's increased by, well, that means we're going to add again 4 times the difference, parentheses with a minus in the middle, of 5x and y. Now we need to simplify. So let's read and distribute twice here. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times y is plus 6y. 4 times 5x is plus 20x. 4 times negative y is negative 4y. Now all we need to do are combine like terms. 6x plus 20x is 26x. We can only combine the things that are identical, so those both have an x attached, so we're just going to add them together. And then we have 6y minus 4y. That gives us plus 2y for our final simplified expression. Last one is for you, get to it. All right, we've got 3 times the difference. So 3 parentheses with a minus in the middle, 2x and 5y, subtracted by 2 times the sum, parentheses with a plus in the middle, of 3x and 4y. So let's distribute. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 5y, negative 15y. Now we have to include the negative sign with the 2. So now we have negative 2 times 3x. That's negative 6x. Negative 2 times positive 4y is negative 8y. And combine like terms. We have 6x minus 6x. Well, I don't know about you, but 6 minus 6 to me is 0. So we're not going to have any x's at all. They're gone. Then we have negative 15 minus 8. That's negative 23y for our final expression. Hope this makes lots of sense. If you have any trouble, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm here for you, and I can't wait to see you again soon.